funny. And like I said, Chiz is pretty sick right now himself. He's been vomiting all day, not feeling very well, and he usually cooks us up a background or whatever. What happened?
Yeah, coughing a lot. I think he has a fever. Any other symptoms of that? Of something that might be coming around?
Yeah, he said he had the sniffles. Yeah, they said sniffles. Yeah. It's a real problem. He still went to that Lego convention though.
Yeah.
That'd be the worst place to go. Just you and 100 kids. Everybody's touching the blocks. Mine won't go in. I'll lick it. Oh, okay. Yeah, that. You're right.
Woody, did you?
Please.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I won't make it 3 for 3.
Okay. I was just curious, Woody. You're in North Carolina?
Yes.
What are your quarantine laws out there now? Like, are things shut down?
So the schools have shut down. I need to figure out this black box. The schools have shut down, and this is capabilities. There's some gatherings. One of the counties shut down, which is pretty interesting. Like it changed the way that they handled it. People can't go in and out of that county. I don't know. I've been going above and beyond by not doing anything.
Yeah, I started kind of, self quarantining with the exception of, grocery store runs till I had enough stuff. Probably 5-6 days ago. But what was crazy was there were a couple comedy clubs still open and there were comedians still performing. Like there's I shared a set from Mike Baldwin where he was still on the road I think it was at Goonies in Rochester, Minnesota. And he opened up his set by just going, "Hey, what's up, you brave idiots?" Just because, like, he's still making a living, but why are you guys here? Like, why did anyone pay to come here?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to. I guess it's tough in that position. I'm in Atlanta, North Carolina. I was looking at a map that shows confirmed cases per million residents. I think that's pretty telling. North Carolina is doing quite well. So is Missouri. Georgia is probably the 5th worst in the country.
Oof. I think I saw the same map.
Yeah. And so I know the governor of Georgia has declared a state of emergency, but we haven't closed the schools. A lot of restaurants are I think they're closing down mostly because of the lack of business. They're I know people in the service industry out here, and they can't get shifts right now, or maybe 2 a week, which is nothing if you're a waitress or a bartender. So it's definitely a big effect. Not everybody's a dummy. I spoke to my dad though, and he's talking to me as he drives into town to get some gasoline, and he's like, and we're talking about the virus, and he's like, "Well, these people don't seem to mind. The Waffle House parking lot is full, and Subway, 6 cars at Subway." And I'm like, these are the worst kinds of places. Like everybody's in a line, or you've always been pretty likely to get a virus at Waffle House. So this it's only
I build my immune system.
That or
my immune system is scattered, smothered, and covered.
It's how I keep my hand-to-hand fighting skills on point. You go in there, you're gonna get in a tussle. Waffle House is a danger zone. It's a weird mixture of the lowest rungs of society, but goddamn if those waffles aren't good. I love a good hash brown too.
The weird thing that I saw when I went to the grocery store was that all the cans were gone, but all the can openers were still there. And I was like, I think some of these people don't have a good can opener. Like there's somebody who's prepping that doesn't have that.
Yeah, I stocked up on dry goods, canned goods, lots of frozen food, just to really cut down on having to go out or do anything that involves me coming into contact with another person, because there's such a huge period of time between when you are contagious and yet still asymptomatic that it's as much for their benefit as it is for mine. Maybe I've got it already. Maybe like an Ingles bag that came in 2 weeks ago gave me the virus, and I've had it for 2 weeks. I shouldn't be going to places, and by the way, I read like this is not pseudoscience, so and not a joke. Regular soap will kill this thing from your hands. Something about the lipids in the soap break down some sort of fat cellular barrier that's in the virus or something like that, and it'll kill it. All right, you don't need some sort of fancy smancy soap, some whatever. Good hand soap will do it. You know, a bar of soap will take the stuff off your hands.
Did you see?
I actually.
I was going to.
I was just going to say that. I was going to say I stopped coughing on buffets just because it's.
Oh, how kind of you!
I've seen so many videos of motherfuckers doing that kind of stuff, licking.
I know.
There's this guy.
Did you see the guy who took the soup?
Oh, what did he do to the soup?
There was a guy who I don't know if it was like at a Whole Foods or something, like at the Whole Foods hot bar or whatever. But there was a guy who drank from a late soup ladle and put it back in the thing. I was like, what animal are you? And this is before the virus, but that doesn't matter. There's other shit out there.
I saw a guy. Everybody on the subway is wearing masks. He pulls his down and like rubs his finger in his mouth and then rubs it up and down the little thing you hold on to, then puts the mask back up. And this person is like recording him while he does it. And it's like either he's a bug chaser, he wants to get it, or he's trying to spread it. Like those
if this guy is already recording, that means he probably did it once before the camera was on.
Exactly. Anyone who is intentionally trying to spread this virus, death penalty, in my opinion.
There's a news story about that. So in Italy, a surgeon, anesthesiologist, and nurse have risked being infected by a man. That man tested positive for corona, and he hid his symptoms because he had rhinoplasty, which is a nose job, and he didn't want that to be postponed. And now he risks 12 years in prison for an aggravated epidemic. So,
good.
I think so.
Yeah,
I don't know. 12 years.
I think it should be death.
Death penalty.
Yeah, absolutely. It's involuntary manslaughter if somebody dies. You know, it seems like it's worse than voluntary manslaughter. It's like it's negligent homicide.
It's negligent. No, it's
even worse.
Homicide, right? Like
yeah. I'm very serious about this. Like I get this isn't the fucking. I don't know what a more deadly virus is. The Black Plague we handle with penicillin now, you know. But I get that it's not running through the streets. Nobody dies from AIDS anymore. You know, it's nobody with enough money to pay for the drugs anyway.
Or not American with free drugs.
Or not American, you know. Oh no, what has happened to my country? We are out of virgins to eat. So but I think anybody who's out there like actively spreading this shit, you know, like they're doing that number, putting their fingers. I don't want to actually put my finger in my mouth. That's how afraid I am of this right now. like I don't want to get it. Like anybody's doing that number and like spreading it or coughing.
I was about to do the pop thing, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna get corona in 4 weeks, and they're gonna make a montage with the goddamn. What's the show you watch?
Oh, this entire time that I've been leaning over, that I've been leaning over like this entire time. Like, stop touching your face. But the crazy part is also people are so stupid about it. Like Joe Coy put up a video, and in the video it was like, "Hey, while I'm stuck here, I went through my old videos. Here's a great one from 2017." And it was like a conversation with him and another guy, and like he's like, "What? You shook his hand? Oh my god, you're touching your face!" And it was like, it says 2017. How?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
we all did that.
Yeah, we're all going to do it again. All right,
and we still do it.
It's
impossible
bump is
not touch your
becoming
face.
a greeting, and
Although I am all for replacing the handshake with the fist bump. All for.
I like the handshake. I think no. I
hate the handshake. The handshake, you do not know how strong they're coming in, and I mean like the people who are just like, I will assert my dominance, or the people who are just like, here's my hand, do what you want with it. Like either one of those things sucks.
I would much rather you like try to alpha me and squeeze hard, because I'm gonna squeeze back quickly enough that you're not gonna like fold my hand up. But you hand me that
dead fish,
that fucking effeminate dead fish, like you're a princess. Like what? Next time somebody does that to me and there's not a virus, I'm gonna take it from. I'm gonna go.
Dude, I dead fished a guy and it wasn't my fault.
Nice to meet you, princess.
I came in for a handshake. This wasn't too long ago, and he grabbed like the beginning of my fingers. Right?
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like, look, I'm not a fancy handshaker, but I can't properly return it unless we go thumb to thumb.
You get in there, you get in that gap,
right? If you just grab the tip of my fingers, then I don't have an opportunity to do this properly.
I hate that.
How many times have you ever? I have missed handshakes so many times in my life where one person, just goes up a little high, in a little quickly, whatever it is, and you get that awkward like part of the hand thing.
Really?
I don't
would
know
think
if I've
that
ever missed a fist bump.
that legendary Jewish hand-eye coordination. I would think.
I don't know if I've. Oh God, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I don't.
I sold cars
I
for a
don't
long
think
time.
I've ever missed one.
I sold cars for a long time. We took a class on handshaking one
Did
time,
you?
right? Like, you know, there's a firmness that you're going for, and there's a middle ground. But I'll tell you what, when I feel those pussy handshakes, I think less of you. I'm like that guy has some kind of a social thing. Like he doesn't do a lot of handshaking
On both sides. The pussy handshake is a problem, and the thing that Trump used to do, where he tried to like pull the other
I've never
world leader
seen that
off
in the wild. He's the only one I've ever seen.
Yeah.
His herky jerky.
My barber, when I was a teenager, used to do that. He'd crush my hand. They were curiously strong hands, and he'd either crush my hand or he'd hold it too long. Maybe that's it. And he just like assert his dominance over my like 16-year-old can't wait for puberty ass. Every time I got my haircut there,
flashbacks. You okay?
I don't know why I kept going to him. I really should have I should have, the second he like overshook my hand and smushed it, and he'd smile at me knowing he was doing it. It wasn't an accident. I should have just been like, you're fired, and go somewhere else.
But you have some of those people, like you ever, sometimes like in an airport, you hear those people who are just like, they're on their phone speaking way more loud than they need to, just yelling businessman terms, just synergies, mergers, just I am businessman, I say businessman thing, like that kind of stuff. Like those guys with their fucking over the top handshake bullshit, like because they think that it makes them a better salesman or insurance, but whatever the fuck they are. Like the fist bump, it's so easy. It's
I like
fist
the
bump.
fist bump.
I don't know anything about you.
Instead of French fries,
I haven't learned
ideas.
I haven't learned anything about you if I bump your fist, other than the size of your fist compared to mine.
I like keeping things. I like playing close to the vest.
Yeah. I don't think I want to tell you anything.
What
about
if somebody offered you the? What if you like?
If you just flash back, you just like recoil and just.
Pow!
Yeah, right. You slip it and punch the fist.
Look, there are gonna be accidents, Kyle. I never said this was a perfect system. I'm just saying.
On the I am very badass subreddit, which is basically people like being fake tough guys. This guy was like, don't you come at me trying to fist bump, pussy. I see a fist coming at me, I react. I have training. I'm law enforcement. I'm taking you down. And I'm just like,
oh my God.
We'll line you up to get shot with all the people licking the ice cream at Publix, dude. Like we don't want you here anymore. I've seen so many cops this week, by the way, planting drugs on suspects. Like 3.
You've seen 3 cops
on video planning.
Oh, on video. Okay.
Yeah,
I was like, what is your neighborhood?
Yeah. I
was like, you're just looking at,
Welcome
you're just
to
rear
Atlanta.
windowing this shit.
Welcome to Atlanta with the players.
By the way,